The last time we won the NJSIAA state tournament, I was a junior at St. Benedict's. 30 years later, returning to the NJSIAA and Baden's, stepping on as a senior captain. So it kind of comes, it came full circle, for us.
It's a full circle moment, He grew up playing here, and for him to win that championship, and then in my final year for us to come back to it and me to lead my team in the same way he did, it's just a full circle moment for me and my family.
Back in 1990, when we won that last NJSIAA state tournament and captured, the school's first national championship, those memories, to this day are still some of my most cherished memories, right? So to see him kind of fulfill, the similar type success in his senior year as a captain, has been super gratifying.
I wanted to end my career on a national championship, and that's exactly what we did.
It was definitely a special feeling for us to be able to do it together, over the last 4 years, has been remarkable, and the amount of pressure I think that that the two of us had to manage over the course of the 4 years, was real.
There's days where I just didn't want to step on the field. I've been doing this team, this preseason, this training for 4 years now, so I think this year I was, from a mental standpoint, not really physical, but just tired,
Maybe midway through the season, the team was dealing with a lot of adversity, and he really started to feel the pressure and started to feel the weight of the season, and I think it kind of affected him emotionally and mentally.
There's the pressure of the whole country trying to see you not be number one, and then there's also the pressure from the school. I'm the coach's son. It's no secret.
And so there were some long conversations of trying to pull him together and get him to stay focused on the job at hand, and get him to realize that although it kind of felt like the weight was becoming heavier and heavier, that he was actually doing a fantastic job of navigating and managing that weight.
I think knowing that I had the team around me and the coaches to support me, to get me through it, that really did help.
Baden's grown up around the program, right? So he's been a guy that was a ball boy, and you fast forward, and you're hopeful, right, that he could grow into the type of player that could play at Benedict's, because it's one thing to be on your father's team. It's another thing to be able to crack into the first 11 and be an integral part of the program, especially at a place like Benedict's.
There's been times where it's been rough, because it's hard to share a coach and a father at the same time. But I think through the 4 years, it's only strengthened us.
For us to be able to grow up in and around the same people, hearing the same messages, has us thinking more like one another than we probably would have if we, both didn't attend the place.
Growing up with the idea of me playing for him, and then for me to do the same thing that he did in one of his final years, it just means the world to us.
The state final against Pingree, and there was a special embrace at the final whistle, that I'll hold close to my heart for the rest of my life.
I think about that moment when the team's celebrating, and I look to my right and I just see my dad, and we kind of hugged for like a good minute and a half, and it was just a special moment. I'm gonna frame that picture and put it up, because that was the most special moment to me that I've had throughout my 4 years.
Our relationship, our bond, as father and son is very tight, and this is just added to that bond.
It's something that is going to be special to me and him come 10 years from now. Me and him are going to be sat at the Thanksgiving dinner table, and we're both going to say, we did this same thing, and we're going to be able to tell stories that are similar. So it's something that's dear to just me and him. No one else can really share that with us.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe we've taken it for granted, over the last 4 years, about how special this time is, or has been. So it's a little bit, bitter in the sense that, yeah, I'm not going to be able to coach him, anymore moving forward. But sweet in that he can kind of, define his legacy.
Well, I think our father and son relationship is going to be better because we're not that close. So we're always going to have something to talk about. But I don't think I would want him to be in that same role for college because I want to kind of make my own legacy.